in these notes, you're going to learn how to factor, okay? Same as we did yesterday, but now negatives are going to be included, okay? It doesn't really change what we're doing. In fact, it's exactly the same process. It's just a little bit more challenging with negatives. So I want you to have a chance to see some examples and try some problems and see me work through them before you do some practice, okay? So these are kind of similar to our regular notes. You can go ahead and fold your page in half. Okay, examples on one side and practice on the other. And we're just going to do 2, so not too much. All right, first problem. Okay, this one's for me to do. 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. Okay, so just like yesterday, I still need 2 numbers that multiply to this. They're going to go here and here. And I notice it's a 3, so the only possibilities there are 3 times 1, so it's going to be 3x times x. And now I need 2 numbers that multiply to 5. Now, fortunately, 5 only has one pair of factors, 1 and 5, right? But in this case, it could be 1 times 5, sorry, negative 1 times 5, or it could be positive 1 times negative 5. So basically, we have 4 possibilities, because it could be negative 1, 5, or 5, negative 1, right? They could be flipped. Or it could be 1, negative 5, or negative 5, 1. So basically, these are the 2 possibilities, and they can go in either order. Okay? So the next step is you just try. Just try. I would just like start with the first one, and then see if it works, and then flip it, and then cross it off if it doesn't. So I'll do minus 1 plus 5. Notice I'm writing kind of light, because chances are good that I'm going to have to erase. So this first, that's negative 1x and plus 14x, plus 15x. 5 times 3 is 15. That's 14x. Nope, I'm looking for negative 2 here. So that's a no. So I'm going to go ahead and switch. Now I'm going to do positive 5 here and negative 1 here. Okay, and notice I'm keeping organized, right? I'm trying negative 1 and positive 5 first. And now I'm switching them. And then if that doesn't work, I'll cross this off so I don't, double try something. Okay, 5 times x is 5x. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x, so that's positive 2x. And I notice, closer, right? I got positive 2x. I'm looking for negative 2x. So it's not this, but now let's see if I can make an adjustment, right? Here I got positive 2x. So what I really need to change now is just the sign. So I'm going to leave the 1 here and leave the 5 here. That way, but I'm just going to change the signs. And what you'll notice will happen is that when I go to multiply, I'll have positive 3x and negative 5x, and that will get me my negative 2x. So there is my answer. Okay. Notice, again, it's the same as we did yesterday. It's basically twice the number of possibilities, right? Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and, here, this is your line down the middle. Not sure you can see this. So go ahead and try your first practice problem, which is 2x squared plus 3x minus 14. Okay, remember, in order to multiply to a negative, you have to have a positive and a negative. Same here. Okay, so pause the video right now, try that one, and then come back when you're done. Okay, so hopefully you tried this one. I'm going to go through it. I'll go through it a little bit faster than the example. So set this up. I have 2x at the front, so that's going to be 2x and x. 14 could be, so this could be 14 times 1 or 7 times 2, and then of course it could be, right, it could be negative 14, or it could be positive 14 and negative 1, or positive 7 and negative 2. So lots of possibilities, okay? And then of course each of these possibilities can be in either order. So really there's 8 possibilities here. So we're kind of hoping a little bit that we get lucky and don't have to do all of them. So let's start with negative 7 and 2. So I'm going to do minus 7 and plus 2. So I get negative 7x, and this is 2 times 2 is 4x, and I got negative 3x. So I got pretty lucky here, right? I got something pretty close to the answer right away. So this is negative 3. I need it to be positive 3. So I know that means I just need to change the signs here, right? Because now I'll get positive 7x and negative 4x, and that will be positive 3x. So this is the answer here. Hopefully you got that when you tried it. Let's try one more example. Okay, and here, I'll just leave this like this. So example number 2. X squared minus 20x plus 9. Okay, so here I noticed something interesting, which is that these two numbers are both positive, but this number is negative. Okay, so this one is a hard problem. This is basically the hardest kind of problem you could get because 4 has more than one possibility. 4 could be 4 times 1, but it could also be 2 times 2. Okay, so I'm going to have to try possibilities both in the front and in the back. It's going to be kind of a pain. But because we're going to have to try so many possibilities, let's take a second and really think about this. Okay, this could be 3 times 3 or 9 times 1. Now, let's talk signs though. These two numbers are always going to be positive, right? I want to put positive and positive here and make this positive. Okay, and you're going to see in a little bit that if we have to make this positive by taking out a greatest common factor, we do that. Okay, so these are going to be positive, positive, so no worries there. But these two numbers, right, the second two numbers, they can be either sign. And in this case, they're going to multiply to become positive, but they're going to end up adding to be negative. So what kind of numbers multiply to become positive and add to become negative? There's only one possibility. It has to be negative, negative. Okay, so I don't know what the numbers are yet, but I know that both of these numbers are going to be negative because they're going to multiply to be positive and they're going to add to be negative. Okay, so now we're just going to start with some possibilities. Let's start with 2x and 2x. Okay, and let's just go ahead and throw 3 and 3 in there, right? And we'll see what we end up with. So this is, we have the 4x squared, right? And then we can see the 9. So let's see, how about the x? 3 times 2x is negative 6x, and negative 3 times 2x again, right? This is negative 6x. That's negative 12x. So that doesn't work. So I have a choice now. I can change this to 9 and 1, right? Or I can change this to 4 and 1 and see what makes the difference. Let's do 9 and 1. We'll see what happens. Okay, and we're lucky in that because we thought about it on the front end and thought, okay, these are both negatives, I don't have to switch the signs and try that, right? It saves me some work if I kind of think about it in advance. So let's see, negative 9 times 2 is negative 18x. And 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. And hey, that's negative 20x. So there's my answer. Okay, your turn to try. This one also has a negative number here and a positive here. So think about what that means in terms of the signs. Okay, pause now and try this problem. Okay, if you're back here, hopefully that means you have this problem done. See how you did. Okay, 3, only possibilities are 3 and 1 here. And 2, the only possibilities are 2 and 1, right? And I see that these multiply to be a positive, add to be a negative. Only one way to do that, okay? Let's just see if I get lucky here. There's only 2 possibilities. It could be 2, 1 or 1, 2. Let's start with 1, 2 and see how we do. So this is negative 1x, and this is 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. That's negative 7x, and that's the answer. Hopefully that's what you got.